Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Blueprints, episode 144. I hope you're having an excellent day. We have a watering can, but we do not have still water inside of it. We're kind of in the middle of trying a thing, which is that during the last episode we were attempting to grab a watering can from inside of the house to load it up with some still water so that we can use that to solve some Morai puzzle boxes. We think it'll work. I hope it'll work. We means me. I think it'll work. I don't know what you think. I hope you believe in me. I don't know that you should believe in me, but I hope you believe in me. We kept Moon Pendant and running shoes today, which is fine. I was hoping for Master Key, but I don't really think it matters. So our goal here is coat check. And from coat check, we shall get a couple dice from Geist Bedroom to then get a trading post outside that we can use to fill our watering can with still water. That's the plan. And from there, we'll see where it takes us. We'll see where it takes us. Things don't always go according to plan, but they often do. Not always, but sometimes. And even often. All right. We need a check of the coat variety. We need a... Nothing else besides that really matters. Not even observatory right now. In fact, I'm kind of avoiding picking up any items because of Moon Pendant and the fact that I really want to try and keep that in my inventory. Okay. Take courtyard. Go draft right here. Just looking for coat check. Just looking for coat check. Just looking for coat check. It really does not matter which room I take here. I'll take observatory so that we can come back and do it later. Who am I to resist the lure of a little spiral of stars action, you know? Maybe there's somebody out there who's strong enough, who's mentally tough enough to resist the lure of adding one extra word to Spiral of Stars. But I am not that person. And that person is either wiser or stronger than me, but maybe they also just have less whimsy, you know? Maybe I'm so whimsical. I just love the Spiral of Stars. We'll see. Watering can. Perfect. So now we hope and we pray that we get trading post outside. Retrieve this. Done. Dusted. Let's go. We have to do a... Ooh, okay. Science. This is an interesting moment. I have 3 water inside of my watering can. Oh, where'd it go? No, where did it go? Come on, wait. There, okay. We want to remove the water from the watering can. If I remove 2 water from the watering can, is that fine? Do I need to remove 3? I don't know. Let's go in here. Hit a little E action. Step outside. Trading post does not require... I have 5 gems. It's fine. I was like, trading post doesn't require a gem, does it? Doesn't matter? Toss a coin to your witcher. Let's go find a distillery. Didn't even have to use it. Okay. So, refill can. Beautiful. Then, should I trade one of these items away? I should not trade the watering can away. I'll tell you that much for free. No, that's interesting. Very interesting here. I don't want to do that. I kind of want to do it. I'm going to do it because here's the deal. We trade the running shoes away. If we get rid of the lunchbox by stepping onto the 5th rank, if we deposit watering can, and if we then step in to do Spiral of Stars, we should get another luxury showcase item alongside our Moon Pendant. Meaning, we'll have an awesome item alongside Moon Pendant. You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? So there's something fucking weird happening with watering can, which I haven't really had a chance to talk about yet, which is that I drained the watering can before putting it in coat check, but the watering can came back with water in it. Why? Well, my honest guess is that the game doesn't want you to have to pick up a dead watering can to like that seems bad for you. Like, it's not fun to go retrieve a watering can that is then empty. That would not be a fun game mechanic. However, the thing that I'm doing right now sort of is based upon the idea that I can fill a watering can with still water, put it in coat check overnight, and then that specific water stays in the can overnight. Is that not complicated a little bit or cast in the shadow of doubt by the fact that you can put an empty watering can in and then all of a sudden it has other water in it? I don't know. Another word to Spiral of. All right, what item did we get? Master Key. We're at 40 footsteps. We can now go unlock this, lose lunchbox, and then call it a day. Okay. So, coat check is inside of watering cans inside of coat check. What we need to do is call it a day, then start a new day where we grab it out of coat check, take it out. No, we need to start another day where we just get shrine and then put 78 coins in it and then put secret passage outside, and then we take the thing outside. So I think we can really call it a day almost anywhere. Call it a day here. Done. We will grab shrine outside. Go from there. I really hope this works, because otherwise I will have spent some time on something that didn't work, which is not that bad of an outcome, because this is how you play games. You test things, and that means spending time on things that don't work. So right now we need dice to make sure that we can get outside. We can get the right room outside. We need Geist bedroom. Make sure that we can get the whatchamacallit. We also do need money. So vault here is not bad. We need 78 coins, of which we currently have 60. That's a lot better. 95, 100, perfect. Now, we can take courtyard here. Seems good. I don't want the shovel because I don't want to add an item to my inventory. Geist bedroom, perfect. Beautiful. Let's go get shrine. Get the blessing of the monk. And then I guess we do secret passage on this same run, I believe. We have master key, so I think what we should probably do, let's get shrine. Redraw. No, come on. Yeah, there it is. Let's get shrine. Then we will Probably go inside and hit Banner of the King for hallways. And I think that is probably our best way to get it pretty quickly. So confirm. Dope. It's active right away. We have a couple dead ends here, so I'm a little bit nervous about grabbing hallways, but I think it would probably be fine. Grabbing Banner of the King, I should say. Maybe let me draft like one room here and see before I do it. Nah, it's fine. We'll just do it. Banner of the King. Okay. Corridor. Foyer makes me a little nervous because it costs 2 gems and I don't have that shit. Storeroom here is fine. Pantry here is probably better. From a working perspective, we'll do it. We'll do it. I need like one more gem, and then I'll feel very confident. Just give me one more gem. Give me storeroom right here. Den is fine. Den is fine. Okay, things are looking better already. West Wing Hall. Dining room is fine. I do need some junctions here, so we need to, you know. Oh, I should not grab the lunchbox. I'm messing myself up here. Okay, junctions. There we go. Junctions, junction. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Hit me with a... Kennel's fine. All right, we're just looking for secret passage at this point. We're just looking for... secret passage / anything that keeps the junctions going. Hello. Good dog. We'll do Great Hall because it's all unlocked for me. Extra gem. Three extra gems. Let's go. I don't know that we want to draft out the... Yeah, we can do it. Aquarium there. It's good. South is locked, so that door doesn't matter. This door matters. I don't think I need gems, so I'm not going to... There's secret passage. All right, cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and call it a day right here. Now, all of the setup is done. Now we get to test and see if it works the way we want it to. Now we have to hope and pray that watering can, still water tents, blank, Morai boxes. Oh boy. I hope so. We have to grab coat check in here before we do anything, but outdoors should be a guaranteed secret passage as long as we have one gem. Coat check. Perfect. Cool. Retrieve item. Cool. We're going to come back and we're going to check this item at the end of the run. I'm saying that now as a verbal reminder to myself. Watering can is a little bit of a pain in the butt to get because it requires basically getting greenhouse or getting lucky on spare green room is kind of what my experience is telling me. So we're going to get it back into coat check at the end of the day. Blue, beautiful. Take me back to my happy place. Take me back to my happy place. Okay, so our first... I think we go over to G, to East Wing Hall. So we go right, and then up 2 ranks, and we look at G, and we hope and we pray. I call it G, but it's the G in Among Us. This is Cloister, so this one right here. This is it! It all comes down to this! Do I hit E? The only thing I can think of right now is that I would want to hit E. Oh, brother. Okay. Do I hit E now? This is bad news, y'all. This is bad, bad news. Wait. What just happened? What just happened? Wait, what's happening? What's happening? No, white needs to be in the middle. Oh my god, I think I got it. Wait. Shit. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Wait, hold up. Wait. Okay. I had the wrong idea. I think I had the wrong idea. I think what you do... Why is this switching? Why is this switching? Because it's acting like white, which at white's ability is to change itself and similar neighbors to gray. But I think what it's doing is it's changing the gray to blue, to the color of the button that you're pressing. So I have the ability described wrong is basically what I'm doing. So, right? This should become blue. But that's not what I wanted. I need a way to test to see if I can make the blue expand. So, hold up. How do I do this? There's got to be a way to do this. Right here. Nope. Shit. Get white to the middle. Okay, if I hit this, this one should turn blue. If I hit this, these two should turn blue. If I hit this, these three become blue. We figured it out. It was nothing to do with the watering can. Okay, so hold up. Let's start from the top here. Wait, that's beautiful. Okay. This is a really funny thing just happened, which is that I completely fucking struck out. I completely fucking struck out. The watering can is not the focus at all. But I brought the watering can and it didn't work. I was like, can I hit E? I was sitting here thinking, do I need to in some way enter a green room? Does that make sense? Do I need to like go into Cloister on here? Do I need to carry the Morai box in here? No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all, Ryan. So the thing is that I don't currently understand. I don't currently have this correct. Because blue is not mimicking this ability. If you click white on a That is one of the abilities that white does. It changes itself and similar neighbors to gray. But the other thing that it does is that it or turns gray to itself. Or turns neighboring gray to itself, which is the thing we understood, but I did not like use that. I did not I certainly didn't try to like weaponize that or like use that as a tool. So now what I need to do is there's this one just absolutely has a solution. I don't know if all of the other ones have a solution, but this one at least has a solution. So what I need to do is to get at least 2 of the other ones to be blue, while one of them is, and you have to do that while one of these is in the center, I think. Because the only way blue does that is if it's in the center. So what I think we want is 1 white, because that gives us the best chances. And then I think we want... That's 4, and then we're 1 away right here. Sorry, there was 3, and then we're 1 away. This is 4. I have everything that I need to be blue, I believe, right now. And now we just need to do some rotating, which is very easy with purple. So we should be... We need to get them 4 away from each other, which should be not bad. Problem is trying to figure out how to do it. So... One, two, 3, and then this one right here. So this one is 1 too high right now, which I can solve right here. Done. I just literally had it. Done. Let's fucking go. Woo! Shadows. Okay. Shadows. So that's here. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is an easier, we'll see what it looks like on the other Morai boxes, but this is an easier solution than I had envisioned. I have overcomplicated this. I feel free to admit that. We need to go over and then up. So out this way, over to purple, and then north. So it's just a like intricacy of how the white boxes work in this game that I had not understood very well. So this one has plenty of white boxes, so it shouldn't be an issue. Yellow moves north. We don't really have a rotator. We just have this guy. So that's a little bit of a problem. But we need 1 white in the center. This moves north. Shit, I just did the wrong thing. I hit the wrong button. So I think this is a fine place to start because it gives us 2, which should be plenty. If we put this here, we can move blue north. Then, crap. Then we can... I actually need to be more careful about this one because unfortunately we only can move things north. We cannot bring them back south. So I actually need to be more careful, and I've just realized that. Shit. I don't think it probably matters much. No, it could matter. If I click this... Okay, this one's going to be really interesting. Really interesting. If I click this, we bring 1 down. If I click this button, it just switches the 2. That's fine. This is kind of a problem for us. But no, you have to go. Okay, that's 4. The problem is we do not have any way to get into this slot right here. That's not true. If I click these, they become gray. If I click... This is so sketchy. That does it. Let's go. Oh, man. My brain could not keep up with... My mouth could not keep up with my brain there, but I was like, we have to have white in the center. This is super doable. Okay, lantern. Duh. Woo! Through lantern, light, and shadows. Past the light through lantern, light, and shadows? I don't know. We'll read it all at the end. We're doing it. We're doing... Okay, so next is rank 5. This is ballroom. Accessible. Going over a couple, then north a couple. So we need to go out to purple, left past that dead end, then north 2, 1, 2. Ballroom? Nope. That's 1, 2, few. This is ballroom. Okay, where is it? Where are you? Okay. So, green flips across, which makes me think I want to hit this one. Flip, hit, boom. Then I can drag the gray down and put it in a place where I've got this. I've totally got this, and I'm not even going to be able to talk shit. I'm not even going to be able to talk about it. That's how good I've got it. If I click this button, we win. Let's go. Oh, it's easy when you understand the actual mechanic. Shade. Us right to turn right. Us to turn us right. A shade of rain to pass the... A shade of rain? One of my favorite words in the English language is shade. I don't know that I've talked about this before. I love the word shade. Because... so my understanding from this exact second. So you have shade, which is like a cast shadow. You have... Sorry, let me get my thing right back over because I got to figure out where we're going. We need to go... There should only be one left, right? Yeah. All the way on the east, it's furnace. It's accessible via one hallway to the left. Ballroom, purple, right. Up a bunch. Okay. Shade. It's like the inside of a shadow. The shade. Shade meaning a like devilish, like dark figure. A shade. A like devil spirit type of vibe. Shade meaning by just a little bit. These are my bad definitions. The definitions in if you were to Google them, I'm sure are much more astute, but I love the word shade. I especially love the meaning of shade, which means by just a little, which I'm wondering if that isn't what's going on right here. So a shade of rain, to me that sounds like just a little bit of rain, just a tiny little bit of rain. Okay. We have plenty of gray, so this is doable. I think this will be the most tough one, though. I think this will be the toughest one, I should say. Orange changes to color of most adjacent. We can make that one blue. Yellow moves north. Here's what we need. Yeah, white is going to need to get to the middle, and white is going to need to be beside blue in a way that I can... Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Hold up. There. So if I just click here, here, here. Nope. Shit. Here. I need to rotate this out. How do I do that? I need to get white to the center here. How do I move white? I know how to get probably this way. Yellow, yellow puts white in the middle. This becomes 4. Yellow's kind of a problem right now, but that's okay. This can change to most of what's... if we hit this, all of a sudden we can move blue over to here, where... Shit. Where now it becomes 3. Then... Is there a way to get this one to be blue? Perfect. Right there. Hold up. Let me put this back here. Done. This one needs to be blue. Which I don't know how we do exactly. How do we do this exactly? Shit. Put black in the middle. So if this goes over, blue will be here. I think I'm onto it right here. So if we hit over, hit this one. This one. Now we have... Shit. What I want to do is actually shift... I need 2 blue on the north. What I need is 2 blue on the north. It's that simple. I need 2 blue on the north. To get that, I have to put... We can absolutely use this to get it out of there. Put yellow out of the way, is what I'm trying to say. Then we can shift it down. Shift something down if we want. Right now, hold up. Right now, I think if we click green, if we click yellow, green, move black to the middle, done. Let's go. The truth. That's the final. Oh, man. Now I'm sad all of a sudden. That's the final Morai puzzle box. Man. I want to live in this world. I want to live in this world for longer. Through lantern light, in sketches cast, a tint of truth to find our path, a hue of wisdom to turn us right, a shade of rain to pass the light. Through lantern light, in shadows past, we seek what's left of the lies we cast. I don't know what the fuck it means, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful because we earned it. I don't know that the language itself is inherently beautiful. I think it's beautiful because we learned it. We earned it, sorry. Here's what we're going to do. Let's type it here. We'll do all caps because it's in all caps. Through lantern light. And I'll choose to put line breaks where I believe they ought to go. But I am making a choice as I do this that could be wrong and could greatly affect my reading of this puzzle. Through lantern light in sketches cast. I can type, I promise. Attentive truth to find our path. A hue of wisdom to turn us right. A shade of rain to pass the light. Through lantern light in shadows past. We seek what's left of the lies we cast. I wish I had a better understanding, and I can try and talk you through it right now. I wish I had a better understanding of why my brain chooses this method of line breaking this thing. I think it's partially this. I think it's partially just the... One second, let me get this all formatted the way I want. We've got the rhymes, right? So right now we have... If it were to be a rhyme scheme, what do we have here? It's like... Lots of it doesn't matter in terms of rhymes. So hold up. Let me start from the top. I would say there are two ways that make a lot of sense to me to break the lines up. Why it is... Welcome to Poetry 101 with Ryan. My name is Ryan. I have a master's degree in creative writing. Take a fucking shot. What I don't have is an expertise in poetry, but I have taken both... I did study some poetry in my master's degree. So, if you're a poet and you hate what I'm about to say, I do greatly apologize for my misunderstanding of your art. Poetry is fucking hard. One of the ways that poetry is really hard is that, we're going to make this bold because it's going to be easier to see, is that there are many different traditions and many different, reasons to choose the form that you choose. So I would say there are two really obvious ways to sort of break these words up into into lines. One of them is what we have. The other one, God, this is so fucking ugly and I'm so sorry for that, is this. The thoughts are actually closer. Like if you're separating by sort of the thoughts, you could argue that this is a better reading. 6 lines that sort of each have a half, a first and a second half. Through lantern light and sketches cast, a tint of truth to find our path, a hue of wisdom to turn us right, a shade of rain to pass the light. Here's what I like about this version. You have a format. You have a almost like equation to what's being written here. You have through lantern light and sketches cast, which begins it. You have through lantern light and shadows past, which ends it. You have a statement at the very end of where this is all headed. We seek what's left of the lies we cast. And in between, you have 3 things. A tint of truth to find our path. You have 3 ingredients. A hue of wisdom to turn us right, and a shade of rain to pass the light. So I like a lot the way that this reading tells you, gives you a sort of macro view of what's happening. What I like about this reading is that I think we're kind of operating inside of this puzzle, which is this poem. I think we're kind of operating on a micro level. What we need to find is, what is the tent of truth? This is what we need to find. To solve the entire sentence, a tent of truth to find our path. What we need to find is a tent of truth. And then we need to take that action that thing that we have discovered and put it to action to find our path. So I like, this is the macro puzzle. In my mind, this is the macro puzzle. In my mind, this is the micro puzzle. It's 12 individual micro puzzles. So, what do we make of it? What do we think it's doing? I don't know. What I do know is this should have some stroke on it. Not that. Not that, please. Sure. We'll do that. Here's what I think. A tint, a hue, and a shade. These are 3 colors. I think we should also at this point look at a hidden hue, which I will grab right now. I think we're looking at 3 colors. I do not yet understand for like the 3 ingredients, if you will. I do not yet understand what through lantern light exactly means. No, your video is not muted. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. Let's open up a hidden hue wherever I put it. From prism pristine, 3 paths convene, 3 lines of light, 3 shades foreseen, 3 colors to count, a sum of 18, but the one left hidden remains to be seen. I do think part of my reading of this puzzle is related to my reading of the other puzzle. 3 colors. What color would you say is the color of wisdom? Well, if we're looking for like lantern or room color options, I don't know. I feel like purple. I don't know why. Purple feels wise. I mean, it is like the color of royalty. Sometimes it's a very like, if I had to pick a color that signifies truth, maybe green over red for some weird godforsaken reason. It just feels randomly kind of weird to me. We have one. The other thing to remember is that we have 1 blue lantern, which I think is significant in some way. A shade of rain to pass the light. What is the color of rain? In some ways it's blue because it's water. In some ways it's gray because of clouds. I don't really think it's purple. I don't really feel like it's red. The other thing to think about here is I'm looking at lanterns, but the puzzle says through lantern light in sketches cast and in shadows past. Shadows past is weird, but sketches cast might even be weirder. A sketch is a drawing. A sketch is a draft. We're inside of a rough draft. There's a room called the atelier, which is a really rough draft, kind of on the way to where we're going, like at the start of entering this entire place. And sketch is cast. Light is cast very often. To cast light is to show light, to spread light, to put light upon something. But the lanterns that we have don't really seem to shed light. There's no purple light, as far as I can see. There's no red light. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think there's any like lantern light in these sketches. If anything in this game, in this house was sketches, it would be these. And I don't really see light in the sketches, like no reflections, no shadows, no nothing. No like ambient light is what I was trying to say. Speaking of shadows, through lantern light in shadows past. to me, this is a non-literal shadow. To me, this would be the shadows of the past means basically like the memories, the pre-existing knowledge, Now, the other huge thing to say here is it's super possible. Okay, I never get to talk about the rhymes. Here's the thing. If you look at a rhyme scheme here, you have sort of, and you look at the bottom version, you have right and light, you have pass and cast, but what you don't have is cast and path here. Cast and past rhyme. So it's not AA, BB, CD, CC. It's something weird, BB, CC. The other version does not have a rhyming scheme. Is there any possibility that I got this word wrong right here or this one? Because one thing that I do think is really interesting, through Lantern Light in Sketches Cast, a tint of truth to find our... This could also be past. And if it would be past, that would be kind of interesting to find our past. I think there's a chance we should recheck this one, but I don't... At this point, I don't think that that's... It's just a thought I'm having. It's not a thing I want to chase down. Not yet. A tint of truth. Assuming a tint of truth is a color, which I kind of feel like it has to be, but I don't know. What color would that be? The other huge question we have right now that I don't know how to begin tackling is this. At this point, we have accumulated a lot of clues. We have a poem through Lantern Light. We have a second poem, a hidden hue. And we have a poster puzzle, These Vying Plans. One of those is incomplete. Shout out Bacon. I got to figure out if it's Bacon or not. But the other two feel very solid to me. It's possible I have a word or two wrong in here. I don't think so. I think I would have copied them down correctly, but I don't know. It's possible. The question is, how do they relate to each other? Does a hidden hue help you solve through Lantern Light, or does through Lantern Light help you solve a hidden hue? Where do you begin? Where do you cross-reference? What is your solid ground you start looking out from? I also have not really been in Atelier with any real okay, where are we? Red, purple. Trying to figure out where I'm at. One, two, three, four, purple. I think this is the eastern wing, right? I should have just looked at a house or looked at a room. It's easier to find the rooms. Yeah, that's Din. Okay, let's go back to the Atelier. Well, either way, I'm so happy we solved the Morai puzzle boxes today. I'm also thankful it didn't have to do with watering can, I guess, because It's more satisfying that the Morai puzzle boxes are... It is... I am thankful. I am thankful it's more self-contained because it's more satisfying that the Morai puzzle boxes are self-contained. I always had everything I needed to solve every Morai puzzle box, minus the understanding. And that's the best kind of puzzle. Is not like you're missing an item. It's like, no, you had everything the moment you walked in the door. You just didn't know how to do it. And that's definitely more satisfying for me. Okay. I am still gonna check it though. I have checked a watering can that supposedly has still water inside of it. Let's go back out to the room. I think I want to look at the atelier itself to see if anything jumps out. This room right here. Ranks and files should be odd. 7 by 5, 7 by 7, 3 by 9, 9 by 5. 5 by 9. Or 9 by 5, depending on how you talk about it. Truth, wisdom, and rain. This is the other thing that's a little weird. A tint of truth. This sounds like a Brandon Sanderson novel. A hue of wisdom. Brandon Sanderson novel. A shade of rain. We went from abstract noun to concrete noun. We went from philosophical concept to natural world item. What is going on? Natural world phenomenon. To be clear, that's not me shit-talking Brandon Sanderson. That's me saying... Because Brandon Sanderson, I think, actually does this sometimes better than other... Like, I've seen a clip of Brandon Sanderson talking about, like, naming conventions and of fantasy novels, etc. So I don't lump him in with everyone else. Okay. Also, literally one of his titles is literally a natural phenomenon and a philosophical concept. Wind and Truth. I'm just sitting here looking at it being like, oh, he actually did both of those. A tint of truth. A hue of wisdom. Oh, wisdom is obviously red because most of the wisdom you find in this world, you discover while you are shitting in lavatory. This is going to be really interesting, and I imagine I might spend a couple episodes on this. This is going to be really funny. How does one determine what stands for truth or wisdom or rain in this situation? What color? Is there a play on words about it? Is there a larger, like, lore of the world or game about it? Is there a... For instance, I am really, to use something else, to turn us right is in this poem acting as if it is saying to turn us correct, or like to turn us onto the correct path. However, I have a suspicion about it just meaning turn right. It's one of those ones where like there are multiple levels of meaning, and sometimes the one that subverts your expectations better is in fact the less complicated one, which is sometimes funny. Every time I come in here, we should reread this note. Every time I come in here, I'm like, there's clues all over the walls. I don't know that there are. I don't know that there are clues all over the walls. When first I embarked upon this project, it was my intent to craft inviting rooms that might appeal to the citizens of the realm. I'd even secured an arrangement with a local firm, which was to oversee the mass production of the floor plans. Yet now, after walking the halls of my work, I must confess I have grown altogether too attached to these rooms. They have become a part of me, and knowing how little regard is often shown for that which I hold sacred, I find myself unequal to the selfless task of sharing them with the world. I am content with this resolution, for this house and the 45 rooms therein are more than the best work of my career. They are home. I really, really love that piece of writing. I really love how short it is. The biggest thing that I really love about this is how I feel like this letter is almost self-flagellating. Like, the character of the person who writes this letter to me is very harsh upon themselves. Very harsh. Oh, man. Ugh. This reminds me of someone in particular that I'm not going to talk about, but like a person who I love a lot, who would use this type of voice probably when speaking about themselves. And it's not only harsh, it's also proud. It's proud and like tender in some way. It's a version of being tender with yourself that to me reads as very hard. Very harsh. I find myself, it is not like, the line says, I find myself unequal to the selfless task of sharing them with the world. Not, I have too much pride in my work and I don't think the world deserves it. It says the world I could spend an hour talking about this line. I find myself unequal to the selfless task of sharing them with the world. The subtext here is the world deserves. I am the unequal one who cannot rise to that level. The world deserves. I'm unequal to the task. I am lesser than just the task. Ugh. The kind of person who finds home within the best work of their career. You notice that? They're more than just the best work of my career. They are home. You found home in the best work of your career. Anyways, that has nothing to do with the puzzle, but it does have to do with the lore and Baroness Orave. And are there any items that say specifically? So what do we know about Baroness Orave? One thing we do know, there's an attic photo, right? Isn't this attic photo her? Yes. I called it Baroness Oravel because I didn't know that it was Orave. She's wearing the green emerald bracelet. She's also wearing the moon pendant. Is there any way the moon pendant or the emerald bracelet has some sort of... This mysterious moon pendant has some sort of dialogue about the colors within, either green or red. What else do we know about Baroness Orave? I mean, this is her, right? Baron Thomas Sinclair is also in that other photo in the attic between Simon and Herbert. You have to imagine them not particularly happily married. I could be incredibly wrong, but the way I read the subtext of this, knowing how little regard is often shown for that which I hold sacred. There's nothing in the archives that goes back that far, right? This is all my mom. The special archives are Desolates, Caitlin J. Ari. Now, I will say, a hue of wisdom. Shit, does this take us back to the Arajan? Is Araja described? It's described as poetic and like mysterious. This would be probably Realm and Rune would be where I would look. Or my uncle's note card, maybe. Spiritual, poetic. Spiritual and poetic are the two things. This is exactly what I was thinking about. Spiritual and poetic. We have wisdom and truth. Do you think... I mean, I would say wisdom is... Okay. I would say... Oh, a shade of rain. Hold up. Rain here. Could be here. Rain could be here. Or stormy, either one. But I would say probably rainy. Then... What was I just thinking? Then, I would say academic would be truth, and spiritual or poetic would be, and probably spiritual, would be wisdom. If I had to pick things. It's been so long since I looked at the nations. I do think it's possible that the realm sigils, I do think it's possible that the thing that you always have to think about right now is we're going back in time. We're going to Baroness or Ave type of puzzle. Iraja would be rainy. Here's my thoughts. We're going to keep this up here because then I can go... Iraja, question mark? And I can go purple. Boom. Done. It's a thought. Then we have... Spiritual Vera, academic Carrerica. Yeah, Iraja's poetry. So this actually kind of works out okay in terms of spiritual would be Vera, which is what fucking color? Pink. Uh-oh. Carrerica's orange, right? Yeah, Carrerica's orange. So that one... We're trying on different methods of sorting these three. I think this is a fine one to start with. I don't know that it's a excellent one. I don't know that it'll be the answer, but Arch being pink does not make any sense because we don't have a pink lantern. Is that what it said? Pink? Sorry, wait. I just said Arch. I meant Vera. Shit. Vera being pink. Does that make sense? I can type, I promise. To continue this line of thought, which I think is probably incorrect, let's go to the postcards from my uncle and focus on... This is Arch, which is stormy. We're looking for mentions of rain, wisdom, or truth, to be clear. Iraja. Every Irajan story begins with rain. There has not been a single drop of rain. This is Carrerica. Throw away that which is expendable. I'll be bringing back less souvenirs. I forsook all but one of my books. This is Morai. This is Vera. Turtles. This is technology and nuance. I don't love this. I don't love this method. I don't love this option. So, it says pink makes no sense. We'll give up on that probably, or try something new. What was the thing about primary colors again? That could be a clue. That's in here, right? 3 primary colors. 3 primary paths. Primary is blue, red, and yellow. I mean, between those... Blue, red, and yellow. I don't know what to call those. I guess I'd call rain blue. Red and yellow. Tint of truth, hue of wisdom. Boy, I do not know. Unfortunately, I need to call it an episode here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. Tantalizing, this puzzle. Tantalizing for you. You only have to wait 2 more days for another episode, but I'm going away for like a week. So I'm going to have to set this game down for like 8 or 9 days and 7 or 8 days and then come back to it. So I'm going to have to be thinking about this on vacation. Through Lantern Light in Sketches Cast. A Tint of Truth. We're gonna go in here to call it a day, just to double check that this room comes back next time. That's gonna do it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Through Lantern Light and Sketches Cast, a Tint of Truth to find our path, a hue of wisdom to turn us right, a shade of rain to pass the light. Through Lantern Light and shadows past, we seek what's left of the light we cast. We seek what's in the shade of truth. Is what it says in the bunker, but this says something different. I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Bye.